This is better than my imagination. This is more than a dream come true. Without the slightest bit of hesitation, I knew what I was meant to do. Unlock a mystery. Sometimes this double life gets out of hand, and it's all in a day's work for older man.
Mr. Kelly gave us a pop quiz.
Yeah, I'm a dead man.
If he were any kind of a guy, he would have warned us.
Great. More good news. I was wondering if you could lend me some money. Well,
he doesn't have any.
Let's see what you got. Thanks, I appreciate it.
He owed that to me.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You can lend me the money.
No, I can't.
I think you probably can.
I said I can't.
It'll have to be after school tomorrow.
What will?
The lesson I'm gonna teach you. He's gonna kill you.
Such optimism.
Sorry, he's gonna beat you senseless.
He had no right to pick on you like that.
I'd gladly give up that right to keep my nose on my face.
Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Great, I feel better. You want to see a movie tonight? The last one before your hospital stay?
Oh, thanks for the support, but I've got to go to the dentist.
Now? Why not wait until tomorrow and get your money's worth?
I said I had a plan.
Okay, but, can I have my $5 back today?
Oh.
Hold still. Wow, how have the teeth been, Andrew?
Great. Right. Feel my point on it.
That's good. Okay, and how's school been?
Fine.
Let's have a look in here. Good. Oh, you got a huge cavity in here. Didn't you feel anything?
I have a high threshold of pain.
You know, when you were 10, you used to bribe me not to hurt you.
I've matured a great deal.
Well, come back the day after tomorrow and I'll fill that cavity for you, okay?
Whatever you say.
No argument? The thought of a needle used to make you cringe.
Now they make me laugh. Huh. Needle? Needles break on my skin. She can't put a needle in me. If that'd be it, the truth would be out. I'm in big trouble. I get this way when the bus is late.
Right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, I think my psychology degree is going to come in handy in the real estate business. How'd it go at the dentist?
Fine, great. My teeth are whiter than white. Is that possible?
Hello. Oh, Dr. Burns. Yeah, Andrew was just telling me that... Oh, you've seen the x-rays, and the cavity is even deeper than you thought. Sure, he can come tomorrow instead. 3:30. Oh, you can count on it.
It's very simple. You must have gotten the cavity before you were hit with the photon beam.
Great. That explains everything. Except, what am I going to do when the Novocaine needle bounces off me?
It's very simple. You simply ask for gas.
Dr. J, I'm too young to die.
No, Andrew. Nitrous oxide. It's a gas that anesthetizes. You simply ask for gas instead of Novocaine, and you won't have to explain any bouncing needles.
Dr. J, you're a genius.
Well,
I'm so lucky to have a scientist for a friend. Good thing you're not a lawyer. Wait, that wouldn't be bad. He could get me out of things on legal grounds. Yeah, that'd come in really handy.
you're welcome, Andrew.
Well, today's the day.
Oh, it'll be okay. I'm gonna get nitrous oxide.
So that's the plan? You're gonna stun him with gas?
Who? I almost forgot. I can't meet him after school today. I gotta get a cavity filled.
So, that's the plan. You come up with a different excuse every day until you graduate.
Excuse me. I'm afraid I can't make our 3 o'clock appointment today. Is tomorrow after school okay?
No problem. I'll give you more of a chance to sweat. By noon tomorrow, you'll be a shivering mass of fear. When 3 o'clock rolls around, there probably won't be anything left of you. The tension will have withered you away.
A simple yes would have been sufficient.
You should be a poet.
Well, how are you today, Andrew?
Great. If you don't mind, I'd prefer gas to Novocaine.
I thought you laughed at needles.
I think I'd find gas funnier.
Well, I don't use gas, Andrew.
You should. It's much safer.
Now, don't worry. It won't hurt.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Open wide.
No. It must have been the Novocaine. It can deaden nerves. It must have been able to deaden the effect of the photon beam on you. This is fascinating.
Fascinating? A needle enters my once invulnerable skin, and you say it's fascinating?
Increased knowledge is fascinating. It challenges you. Consider the mighty Achilles, who discovered his only weak spot was his heel.
Yeah, I'm sure he was thrilled.
It forced him to be even more clever with his foes. It tempered his might with humility.
But to get back to me, why didn't the needle break? There was no Novocaine in my system before Dr. Burns gave me the shot.
Good question. She must have pushed the plunger on the needle before it reached your skin, which would have weakened the surrounding area, allowing the needle to enter your skin, whereupon the rest of the Novocaine would have weakened your entire system.
Could you not enjoy this so much?
Sorry.
So, how long will it take for the Novocaine to wear off?
Well, it's usually in the system for about a half a day.
So, tomorrow after school, I'll definitely be back to normal.
Let's just say that tomorrow after school, the Novocaine will be gone.
What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, I thought that maybe the plan has something to do with a train leaving town.
Don't worry about a thing.
I'm really sorry. My 2 o'clock dragged on and on. He's finished now.
All right, that's enough with the cute talk. The kids of this school are tired of you and your tough guy ways. It's time to right the wrongs you heaped on Briarwood High. Right, guys? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get down to business.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to make a move. That hurt.
Want some more?
Not really.
That wasn't part of the plan, was it?
My powers are gone.
What do you mean?
No powers, nothing. I'm like I was before.
Wonderful. Now we can breathe easier.
What are you talking about? I can hardly breathe at all. Running half a block almost put me in a coma.
Andrew, being back to normal is the best thing that could possibly happen to you.
I needed those powers today. I made a fool of myself and I let a friend down.
Andrew, you shouldn't have depended on him.
Can we please run some tests, Dr. J? Maybe I've still got some of the Novocaine in me.
Well, your blood appears to be normal.
That's bad.
And there's no trace whatsoever of any Novocaine in your system.
That's real bad.
I can't come to any other conclusion except that the Novocaine must have permanently knocked out the effect of the photon beam. You're back to normal for good.
It can't be. What did I do wrong? Why am I being punished?
You're not being punished. And I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You never wanted me to be Ultraman in the first place.
That's true. But I'm sorry you're so let down.
I need those powers. There's so much I could do.
There's plenty you could do without them.
Hi! How'd you go with the dentist? School okay? Do you want to hear about my day?
He's lost his hearing, Mom.
I have not lost my hearing. I still have some things that work.
Did you have a bad day, sweetie?
Did you ever have something that was really important to you, and suddenly it was gone?
Oh, yeah. I sure did.
And there was nothing you could do about it?
Not a thing.
It's so unfair.
Yes, it is.
So what do you do?
Oh, well, all you can do is try to learn from the experience.
What do you mean?
You learn how much you cared for that thing. You're sorry if you ever took it for granted. And you vow never to neglect the things you still have.
It'd be simpler just to get it back.
Well, sometimes it's just not possible.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You want to tell me?
No. Maybe someday.
Well, whenever you want.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. J. How's it going?
Pretty well.
You watching the game tonight?
I hadn't planned on it.
Then could I come over and you could shoot me with the photon beam again?
I'm sorry, Andrew. I can't do that.
But Dr. J, I don't know what to do now that I'm Andrew again.
In that case, this is the best possible thing that could happen to you. Andrew, there's nothing wrong with growing up as an ordinary boy.
Don't say that word.
I don't mean that you're ordinary. You're a very special boy. But it isn't Ultraman that makes you special. Someone else could have these powers and be just as ordinary with them as you aren't ordinary without them.
Could you repeat that?
I doubt it.
So what you're saying, Dr. J, is Ultraman is dead?
In a nutshell, yes.
We have come to bid farewell to the fallen superhero, Ultraman. As his alter ego and closest friend, I hereby donate all the known Ultraman artifacts to Dr. Benjamin Jeffcoat, Ultraman's creator. They will remain in his safekeeping until such time as the world is ready to learn the truth. We will never forget you, Ultraman, and the good deeds you performed will live in our hearts. No one will ever know how much more good you could have accomplished, even though the photon beam machine is sitting right over there, and one zap would solve all your problems. Perhaps you are now incarnated in some more worthy mortal, even though I believe that I was as loyal a friend as you'll ever have. Well, I feel better. How about you?
Hank, don't let it get to you. Bullies win. It's the natural order of things.
It's not that.
Should be.
He won't be around forever.
Oh, yeah? Have you seen his grades?
Hey, Clemens! The highlight of my day. Every time I see you, it's so entertaining. Listen, I'm a little light. Can I borrow some money?
Well, what do you mean by borrow? Do you mean borrow where I get the money back someday? Or borrow like I never see the money again?
You'll get it back. Trust me. Now let's see what you got.
I got plenty. Here. But don't stop there. You're too kind. Maybe you'd like to borrow my shirt. How about some books? I know they'd laugh you out of the store if you ever tried to buy any. So why don't you borrow some of mine? And don't worry about having trouble reading them. Some have big pictures. Anybody have anything they'd like Peter to borrow? He'll give it back. Trust him. Hey, Tim, didn't Peter borrow your bike?
Yeah, a year ago.
I'm sure Peter must have forgotten, because we all know that Peter is a man of his word.
Oh, sure. Yeah, right.
Look out! Hey, I am trying to give a test in there. You kids proud of yourselves?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, look out! Stop!
Are you okay?
Yeah. Fine.
That's incredible.
You're lucky I'm a gymnast. But if I were you, I wouldn't speed like that in a residential neighborhood.
I won't anymore.
I know that, and I'm glad you're taking it so well.
No, you don't understand.
I understand a great deal more than you think, Andrew. I was your age once, and Andrew?
Up here, Dr. J. Remember? Too big of a shock, huh? Everything's back. I've been testing my powers, and they've all returned.
That's
fascinating.
But the Novocaine had already worn off. And your powers weren't back. You must have come in contact with something else that day. Tell me everything that happened at the dentist's office.
Well, I looked at a magazine.
We're looking for foreign substances here, Andrew.
The magazine was from Europe.
Was there anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing. Dr. Burns took some x-rays.
That's it. It wasn't the Novocaine at all. There must have been something in the x-ray that neutralized the effect of the photon beam.
Temporarily.
Andrew, do you realize what this means?
I have to find a new dentist.
No. A higher dosage could cure you permanently.
Dr. J, why do dentists leave the room when they give x-rays?
Because radiation is dangerous. I'll come up with something else.
No hurry. Could I have my Ultraman diary back?
Andrew, I hope you've learned something as a result of being deprived of your powers.
Sure I did. I learned you can do a lot without superpowers. You should have seen how I took care of this guy, Peter, at school today. Pure mind power. He would have been proud of me.
I'm sure I would have been.
But then on the way home, a little girl almost got hit by a car. If it hadn't been for Ultraman, she would have been in big trouble.
Andrew.
Who are we to question the higher forces who decided to bequeath me with these powers?
I was just trying to help my plants grow.
But instead, you put yourself in the history books.
You'll never guess my secret identity. Who's on the inside hiding out? You never know what you'll see when you unlock